Hello everyone, I'm back with a haul video, and for those that follow me on Instagram, most of you will have seen that I was in Singapore last week. I'm just getting over the jet lag unfortunately, but I did take the time to film this haul video because I wanted to share all the amazing Asia exclusives with you. Beauty there is just incredibly more accessible, and there are so many more beautiful products that we can't access here in the United States. So I figured if you're going abroad, or if you have a friend that's traveling internationally, that I can share with you some products and some tips for shopping overseas, especially because there is so much more variety on the other side of the world. I'm going to begin with some skincare, and then I'll move on to the makeup and finish up with some drugstore products. And yes, you heard that right, drugstore products. So I'm going to begin with two products that I'm extremely excited about. First is the SK-II Skin Rebooster, which is like a clear gel mask, and my skin was feeling excessively dry when I landed in Singapore because I had a peel done. So the airplane air just really dehydrated my skin, and I was drinking a lot of tea on the airplane. So when I discovered this product in Singapore, I was amazed at how much it soothed my dry patches. It's a really wonderful product, and I wish it was available in the US. It does come with cotton, but I like to use it without. Just apply it directly on the skin because I do feel it's the most effective that way. So I love this. And in Asia, there is a larger bottle of the SK-II Facial Treatment Clear Lotion, which is my favorite toner. I discovered this product 4 years ago when I was looking for an alcohol-free toner that was good for my combination skin with acne, and so I discovered this product and I've loved it ever since. And like I mentioned in the introduction, just like the SK-II Cellumination Day Surge UV lotion that I love so much, all of these products that I will be showing you are Asia exclusives, meaning that you cannot find them in the United States. So again, if you have a friend that's traveling abroad, definitely use this as a sort of guide to create a shopping list of sorts so that you can at least narrow down what you'd like. So I also got the SK-II Advanced Eye Treatment Film, and as much as I love my SK-II eye creams, I'm using the Facial Treatment Eye during the day, and I'm using the more rich Signature Eye Cream at night. And they're both wonderful. They work well under makeup, and they don't cause excess creasing of concealer. But this Advanced Eye Treatment Film is sort of like a mask for the eyes, and it's very soothing. So I love to use this when I have a dark circle day, which I do have occasionally despite not having dark circles genetically. And I do think that it's wonderful to use on a plane as well, just to make sure that the recycled air doesn't get to your eyes. Now for the SK-II Compact Pore Emulsion Red. This is the Stem Power Foundation, and unfortunately we don't have this here, but I discovered this product through a Hong Kong blogger named Bren Louis, and she has the most beautiful skin I've ever seen, and her complexion is just flawless. But she told me, I met her at the end of the day, and she told me she had been wearing this SK-II foundation all day, and her skin just looked immaculate for considering the humidity, air-conditioned air, everything. I was just so impressed with the way her skin looked, so I'm definitely excited to see if it works for me as well as it works for Bren. Now for the Meteorites palette that I posted on Instagram, and this has caused a slew of questions. This and the next Ysl palette that I'm going to show are duty-free products, so you can only purchase them at the airport in the international terminal. I purchased mine in the Singapore airport, and I believe it was about 80 Singapore dollars, and it comes with a beautiful embossed faux leather case, I believe. And it is a little zip-up pouch with a very secure zipper. Comes with a Guerlain brush in pink, and this is very typical of their Rouge G blushes. And here we have a sparkly white highlighter with a face powder. This is the traditional Mythic, and this is the pink blush, and I actually love the blush. It's not too cool, not too warm. Now for my next duty-free airport item, this is a Ysl palette with eyeshadows. There are two Ysl quints in here. So it's a beautiful cobalt clutch, and it does come with a plastic protector, and unfortunately I did hear from a fairly reputable source that all of these eyeshadow quints will be discontinued. So if you have any colors that you love, I do recommend purchasing a backup while you can, but this palette is perfect for travel, and I just felt like the colors are a good mix of everyday and smoky, and you can always dust off the excess so that the eyeshadows don't look as sparkly on. And now for Shu Uemura, I purchased 3 false lashes. These are the Far Halina lashes, and these are my favorites from Shu Uemura. They are a double stacked lash style, and they're a mix of brown and black, which I do think blends in a little bit better with Asian lashes. It keeps them from looking too dramatic. Now for drama. This is the Dazzling Black Crystal Eyelash, and these are a more layered smoky lash style, and generally I tend to prefer the ones that flare out towards the ends, but I did think that this was a really nice lash because it does have the crystals across the band, which makes it really exciting for evening wear, and it definitely reduces the need for liquid eyeliner across the top of the lash. Last but not least, I have the S217. They're probably some of the thinnest lash bands that I've seen on Shu Uemura lashes, so I'm assuming they're going to be really comfortable but really undetectable. Next I have the Light Bulb UV Compact Foundation, and this is the powder version of the new Light Bulb liquid foundation, and I love this case. It's a simple black oval. I believe I purchased color 764, and unfortunately they didn't give me the refills, so I don't have the actual number, so I'm not positive it's 764, but I'm fairly certain it is. So I'm going to give this a try and let you guys know how it works, because eventually they may bring it over to the US, but I do love the Light Bulb liquid foundation for my dry skin, so I really wanted to try it with the powder as well. And now for a Tintin Gelato. I probably should have purchased this online since I probably would have paid less, but I really wanted to wear it while I was in Singapore. This is the CR04 Tintin Gelato, and everyone was asking me about this when I was wearing it, so I highly recommend it. It's a peach, but it's not too brown, not too pale, and it's a perfect color for my complexion. That's available online, so it's not technically an exclusive, but I just wanted to share it because I love it that much. Now for two exclusives. These are mousse primers, and I've been dying to try one of these, but unfortunately they're not available through the US site. So first is the Suya Skin. This is the UV Underbase Youthful Radiance Mousse, and this one's for dry skin. This one has an SPF of 30, so I'm definitely excited to use this one during the day, especially when my skin feels a little tighter. It has a slight peach color and is perfect for my skin tone because it will brighten it a little bit. Now I love the Mica for Shu collection, and Mica for Shu is huge over in Singapore. I mean, it's just about everywhere, and the graphics are so gorgeous. It's hard not to notice it because your eye just catches it. Anyway, I purchased the Mica for Shu Pore Eraser UV Underbase Mousse, and this is the beige color. So this one is supposed to smooth your pores. This one, again, is for dry skin, so it's supposed, they have different effects, but they're essentially the same thing. This one actually has an SPF of 35, which is even higher than the Suya, so I'm really excited about that. So these are both great for everyday use, and of course I couldn't leave Singapore without purchasing some Shu Uemura eyeshadows, so I did create a little quad. I only purchased one Asia exclusive shade from the lineup here. I purchased 4 in a quad like this, so you can remove it and replace them with refills if you would like. I'll list all the numbers down below because it's hard to read them, but this brown right here, which I accidentally stuck my fingernail in like a noob. I love this color. It is, I think, number 280, but it's a really beautiful bronze, so I will use this in a tutorial eventually, or at least I'll post swatches on the blog if you guys are interested. Now what I'm really excited to share with you are my Shu Uemura glitter eyeshadows. I really like the glitter eyeshadows because they're somewhat similar to Tomforde's, perhaps a little bit more tame, but I found these two, G White Gold 311. It's a really pretty gold and white mix of glitters, and I also got the G White Rainbow, which is a gorgeous pearly color. So there are pink and green, blue, purple little glitters in here. It's a really gorgeous, gorgeous eyeshadow. So I can't wait to try these. And to place them into a case, I found in Japan, duty-free, a white Shu Uemura case, which I was super excited about because all my cases are, as you can see, black, which is available through the US site. But this one is white, and it's very special because I was excited to try a different colored case. So yes, I know the little things, they make me too excited. And that's a wrap for Shu Uemura, finally. As you can see, I went a little overboard. But I have now the Tomforde Forbidden Pink lip color, and I've been after this for a while since I saw my friends post it on Instagram. I know Instagram is such an enabling tool, but 22 Forbidden Pink is actually pretty similar to Spanish Pink. It's just a little bit brighter, maybe a little bit more on the coral side, but I do love it. I will post swatches, and of course I will wear it in a video after I photograph it. Now for Dior, I really love the Dior summer collection, and I will do a video dedicated to it. and I've purchased just about everything from the collection, but I'm going to start with a nail polish first. This is not part of the collection, and it's just a Dior gel nail polish color that's not available in the US. And there were about 3 or 4 shades that we don't have at the US department store counters. I only purchased one, which is 268 Rubin. There aren't any shimmery versions that are available at the counters here, so I really wanted to have this. Now for Diorshow Mono. This is from the summer collection, and this is an Asian exclusive. I purchased 541 Pavilion, which is actually a sandy, slightly orange eyeshadow. And it is a single. So this is my first Dior single actually. I mostly prefer their quints, but this is a really gorgeous color and I saw so many Singaporean bloggers swatch this. It's absolutely beautiful and it's one of those shades that I would definitely wear alone on the lids. It has a lot of depth and drama and it is the perfect summer metallic. So if you live in Asia, definitely pick this up. Now for the Dior product that has eluded me. I have been looking for the Dior Skin Nude Tan, which is a summer exclusive for Saks. And it sold out almost immediately, but I couldn't find it anywhere, and then I saw it at the airport. And in the US, it's actually a part of the collection in Asia, unlike here where it was only available at Saks. So I highly recommend you pick it up. It's a metallic highlighter, and it's sort of similar to the Dior shimmer powder. I believe it was called the Amber Diamond. And as much as I loved Amber Diamond, I didn't really use the darker bronzy colors. So obviously I was definitely glad to see something more on the glitzy gold side, and I absolutely love the texture of this. It's very, very metallic though, so a little goes a long way, and it does accentuate pores just a little bit, but it's so much of a beauty that I couldn't pass it up. Plus it comes with its own little brush, and I wanted to show you because it is adorable. It's a little white kabuki. Very small but effective. Now for some Chanel. I'll start with the Leblanc liquid foundation. My friend brought this back for me a few months ago when she visited Asia, and I asked her for the color 30. So it turns out it's too dark for me, and I have become a little bit fairer over the last several months, but 30 is actually really dark. So I purchased 20, and I'm much happier with it. It's a gorgeous liquid foundation. It sort of feels like Matte Lumiere, except a little bit more dewy. So it also has a higher SPF, SPF 30, which is great. The more SPF, the better, in my opinion, for day wear. So I highly recommend it for those interested in a new liquid foundation. Now for the Leblanc Mimosa Light Revealing Base. This is a makeup primer. I love my Chanel makeup primers, and I use the Sheer Illuminating Base a lot. It smells wonderful. But I have the pink version of this, and it just doesn't really work for my skin as much. Unfortunately, it's very expensive, so I was disappointed in it. But I really wanted to try the Mimosa color because it was made for Asian skin tones. And this one has an SPF of 35. And it is yellow, but it's supposed to smooth and brighten. So I will update you and let you know how I feel about this as opposed to the pink version that is available here. Now I managed to spot a nail polish that I missed when it was first released here in the US. For some reason, I just didn't wear blue nail polish at the time, but now I live to regret the day that I passed up on Cocoa Blue, but I did find 555 Blue Boy, so I purchased this instead. It's sort of a smoky blue. It is definitely more blue than Junon, which is the new Dior gel that I've been loving, but I do think that it's a nice color and I can't wait to try it on. Now moving on to the Chanel product that I cannot live without. I haven't really worn the Chanel Double Perfection Powder foundation that is available in the US because I've been loving this Vita Lumiere powder. This is a brand new powder even in Asia, and I have fallen completely head over heels for this. Even if you don't like Chanel powders or powder in general, or you don't like Chanel bases, definitely give this a shot because this is probably one of the best powders I've ever worn. It's ultra smooth, creamy, it's great on dry skin, it's great on combination skin. It may require a touch up on oily skin, but it's better than looking cakey with something like Double Perfection. So I have been generously using 10 and 20. I use 10 on when I set my foundation, and I use 20 when I wear it on its own. But I really love this powder because it just melds with the skin. It almost has a cool, creamy feel when you put it on. And it comes with this adorable little brush. And I don't use this, but you definitely could use it for touch-ups. It definitely fits well in the corners of the eyes and nose area. So I highly recommend it. And it comes with a closable little velvet pouch, which I do think is really handy, especially if you like to touch up your powder during the day. So I purchased 10 and 20 again, and I actually purchased backups. So I have these two, and I have two more here. And last but not least for Chanel, this is actually heading to the US shores, but this is the new Le Beige's Healthy Glow Multicolor, and this has an SPF of 15. And I will say for now that I do think that this is a bronzer formulated for fair to light medium skin tones, light medium like mine, and it is on the sheer side, especially in comparison to other multi-layered bronzers that Chanel has released in the past, but I do think that it's a great product. It's a really great way to just slightly bronze up your face, nothing too overboard. You're not gonna see brown patches, and it does wear really well. So you might see this in a giveaway in the future, so stay tuned. I will be posting it on Instagram. Hint, hint. Now for some Guerlain. I haven't seen this in the US, and when I Google searched it, I couldn't find it on Sephora or Nordstrom or any other Guerlain retailers. So I'm assuming that this is available in Asia just for the moment. I am hoping they will bring it back to the US, but I purchased a second just in case they don't, because I have found my holy grail mascara for my upper lashes, and this is the Guerlain Maxi Lash Waterproof. And I tried the Guerlain Maxi Lash Original, and it comes in a gold bottle or tube, while the waterproof version comes in a silver tube like this, and I am so in love. I did like the original Guerlain Maxi Lash, but it just created panda eyes. It smudged like crazy on me, and most mascaras do smudge, so despite not having oily eyelids, I do run into that problem fairly often. And I just have to say that this mascara does not make your lashes feel crimped and dry and flaky, which are the general complaints with waterproof mascara. I think that this is an exceptional product, and I will still use the Dior Overcurl, the original Overcurl, on my lower lashes, since I do find it a little bit more lengthening. I am glad to say that I am so happy that I have found my holy grail mascara. These are my Halina Rubinstein, right? These are very popular mascaras, and I found these in, again, the Singapore duty free. So because I didn't know which one was best, I decided to purchase 3 of them, and they're all Sexy Blacks or Lash Queen mascaras. I got the Sexy Blacks waterproof, Fatal Blacks waterproof, and Feline Blacks waterproof. And I do have to say, the packaging is quite cute, but they definitely were fairly expensive. And if you have any input about these mascaras, I would love to hear it, because I've never tried them, and I've only heard about this brand in passing through Twitter. The Sexy Blacks Lash Queen mascara, which is meant for push-up volume, has a really gorgeous lace velvet casing, and I think this is probably one of the best packaged mascaras I've ever seen. It's very unique. I do like it. And I also got, again, the Fatal Blacks. This one has a snake on it, and as you can see, it looks like a lizard or python on the mascara tube. So I'm really excited to try this one. This is supposed to be for ultimate eye-opening effect and lifted lashes with captivating volume. And to round out the trio is the Feline Blacks. This one is for intense length and volume, 24-hour wear. This one is a bright gold bottle like the Sexy Blacks, and it has animal print on it. So I do think that these are really cute mascaras. I just hope that they live up to the hype. And now for RMK, which is another Japanese brand. I first heard about this through the blogosphere, through British bloggers actually, and so I was really excited. So when I went to purchase these at the counter, I bought 3 items, and I got a lip gloss for free. So I got one to match the lipstick that I purchased. And I'll start with the Ingenious Cream and Powder Eyes in purple. The brown one is actually the most impressive, but I bought the purple since I have way too much brown eyeshadow. Actually, I don't need any more eyeshadow, but I bought this anyway. It comes with a dual-sided brush, and there are 2 eyeshadows included, and it's a really nifty way to package products. So on top is the cream eyeshadow, and as you can see, it's a really dark purple base. And you can use it as an eyeliner if you'd like. And when you twist the bottom of the base, there is a sparkly lavender eyeshadow underneath. So I just thought that this was a really ingenious product. It's a great way to layer a monochromatic eye, so I had to have one of these. Next, I got an RMK Ingenious Powder Eyes Metallic Gold MEO2 eyeshadow, and this one is actually fairly similar to the Shu Uemura 311, and I would say that this one's a little bit less glitzy, so I would definitely pop this under the lower lash line even during the day if you don't work in a really conservative setting. The lipstick that really grabbed me right away was the Irresistible Lips in number 1, which is Peach, and this is apparently one of their more popular colors. It's quite pigmented, and it comes in a really simple case. It's more of an orange tone than I expected, but I really do love it. I think it will be very flattering for summer since orange is big on the scene right now, and I do prefer more pink oranges as opposed to straight oranges, which do make my complexion look a little bit sallow. But now for the gloss that I got for free. This is the Gloss Lips N in H05. It has a slightly more metallic quality to it, and it is also a peach color, and together they meld really well, so I will swatch these and wear it in an upcoming video for you guys to check it out. And to wrap up with a little bit of luxury before hopping into the drugstore products, I just wanted to share my Koyudo brushes. And Koyudo is sort of like Hakuhodo, both Japanese brushes, but Koyudo has a completely different style, and I purchased one of their signature heart-shaped or flower-shaped brushes, excuse me. They do also make heart-shaped brushes, but this is a powder kabuki, and it does have a little flower shape. As you can see, these are the little petals with the center tinted blue, and I'm really excited to use this. It's a super lightweight way to just dust powder on, and it does actually give you a sheerer application than would a standard rounded or even flat top kabuki. And my friend Leanne surprised me with 2 Koyudo brushes that I have been dying to get my hands on. So it came in this really pretty pink box, and since they are both kabuki styles, I will definitely be traveling with these. I wish more brushes came like this because it just makes it feel a lot more luxurious, and I do feel safer when traveling with them. So this is the pink macaron, and it's actually a little bit smaller than I expected. I definitely think this is more of a buffer brush style, perhaps something for blush, I would assume, or just to blend out the edges of powder. But it's just so adorable, and I don't normally gravitate towards pink, but this was just too cute to pass up. And now for one of the most popular Koyudo brushes, the White Mushroom. And this is probably one of the softest baby goat brushes that I've ever felt. As many of you know, collect brushes, and I love this one because it's not too dense. There's definitely a lot of movement, so it's not super thick and it won't give you extra coverage. I already use powder foundation, so I don't need too much, but this is great for buffing, it's great for blending, and I like that the base is a little bit longer, so it gives me a good grip, and I do think that because the bristles are a little bit on the longer side, it does distribute powder really, really well. So if you are going to buy a Koyudo brush, I do highly recommend this. And I know you can order Koyudo brushes through websites here, but I really just don't trust them, and I wanted to purchase it through someone at Koyudo, at least a representative, and so I am very grateful to my friend Leanne for grabbing these for me, because unlike Hakuhodo, which is available here, Koyudo isn't as easily accessible for us. And now for the last brush that Leanne surprised me with. So Hakuhodo apparently has some specials that are Asian exclusives, and this is the famed J214. So it's a slightly smaller brush, and it's actually very similar to the Wayne Goss brush in style number 16, but 16 is a little bit on the larger side, so I actually use this for eyeshadow, whereas the J214 is intended for blending powder around the eyes or blending out concealer. So I'm really excited to use this, and again, this one's a little bit on the longer side, so they're not exactly the same, but the reason why this is so special is, as you can see, it's a short-handled brush, and it has a champagne gold handle, which amazing! It's so gorgeous, and I really wish I could collect more of these. So again, I'm really grateful to my friend Leanne for helping me grab these while I was in town, and if you want to follow her, she has amazing posts on Instagram. She is instagram.com/loveforskincare, so check her out if you guys are curious. And last but not least, for the drugstore products, this is the Bourgeois Matte Finish Olay Flamingo Rouge Edition Velvet, and this is a liquid lipstick, and I saw it on Style Susie. Susie, as many of you guys know, she is a vlogger from the UK, and it looked so gorgeous on her. I mean, it was stunning. I couldn't stop staring at her lips, so eventually I just asked her what she was wearing, and she showed this to me. It is phenomenal. It's perfect for that ombre reverse lip style with the color in the center fading out to the lips, making your lips look more youthful, you know, that Korean drama look, and I cannot wait to use this. So now for the K Palette Real Lasting Tears Tank, and this is a one-day tattoo product. So this is to enhance your aegyosa, and if you haven't seen my tutorial for the Cheerful Eyes makeup, definitely check it out because this is a great product for that. And it has a liquid on one end and a powder on other to ensure all day wear, I assume. And I'm really excited to try this product, even though the K Palette All Day Tattoo Eyeliner did not really work for me. Since it did smudge, it's not really waterproof on my eyes for some reason. And to finish off this haul video, I have the Majolica Lash King Mascara, which did come with a free jeweling pencil eyeliner. It's a brown eyeliner pencil. Don't know if it's any good yet, but I have tried a Majolica mascara before, and it was a great mascara, even though it did make my lashes quite stiff. I did want to give another one a fair shot, so I purchased the Lash King because I hadn't tried it before. And again, this one was $25 Singapore dollars, so I assume that you can find it for around $20 US, whether you purchase it from Sasa like I did or find it somewhere else online. Finally, that is a wrap for my epic haul, and really the intention of this haul is mostly to show you how much variety there is in Asia, and of course to share with you some really special products that you can't find in America. But I hope you did find it helpful to some degree, and if you have specific requests for swatches, please leave them down below so I can gauge what to swatch first. So thanks always for tuning in, everyone, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye!